I'm more of a download singles guy. I don't need the whole album.
Yeah,
I don't need to be filling up my laptop and my stuff with stuff I don't need. So I just get what I need. So even if like like the Lil Wayne album, I'll just download the hottest 3 songs off it.
Yeah.
I might stream it and listen to it, but I don't really get through full albums like that again. Do you get what I mean? Because I feel like there's not enough good albums again.
Do you think that there's too many, like just
It's too much of the same and no substance.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like right now, lyricism is coming back still.
Yeah.
New York's coming back a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit. You get what I mean? Like there's certain things coming back. But then again, I'm even myself, I'm programmed now to like the easygoing stuff. So when a man does come too lyrical, I don't want to hear it. It's too much.
Yeah.
But I am coming from the days of lyricism.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But
Okay, you know what though? You just said like about the substance thing.
yeah.
Was there really that much substance back in the day?
All right, then not down to lyricism, but there was more. The rappers were more characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there was like wrestlers back in the
Yeah.
day. You get me? Busta Rhymes,
Busta
big
Rhymes,
character.
innit? Yeah.
Redman, big character. Do you get me? Everybody was characters back then. Like even Outkast, everybody had their own character. But now I just feel like it's all the same. So when I say like substance, I mean like there was the full package. They could perform well. That, you know what I mean? Like their music was original to them. It wasn't like carbon copies.
Yes.
That's why I say substance.
I think a lot of guys, they're trying to chase a sound.
Yeah.
Once one person makes it,
it's
like
the seasons change quick now.
They used to do it back in the day.
I know
as
they
well,
used to
though.
do, but in a different way. It was more.
It was all identical
personal
songs, though, man.
to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I feel like certain artists are like, you play one tune, you play the tune, they pretty much sound the same.
It's all the same tempo.
Nah, I don't know, man. Because when Swiss Beats came out, everyone had the Swiss Beat sound. Okay, well, Jay-Z had the Swiss Beat sound.
There was two kinds.
Yeah, but like
There was two times.
and then the Ja Rule sound comes in, and next thing you know, Ja Rule features it everywhere. The sound changes a bit. The
But the thing
G-Unit
is,
sound
I tell you what's
comes.
mad. I look back at this now. I look back.
Like I said about Snoop as well. Snoop was on that No Limit sound.
I
But
do
did
like that,
every
though.
beat
Yeah, but
sound
like
different then?
people.
Did everybody's song sound different to each other's though? Or did it all sound the same?
They did
Even
sound
though the
same.
concepts and stuff.
Yeah.
You could say they sounded the same.
I reckon.
I don't think they sound.
I reckon
think they sounded
every
different.
song was
I think it's
individual,
different.
bro.
I think it
Back
was
then.
different.
Oh man, because what album is it? One of the Jay-Z albums. I remember listening to it, thinking
This sounds.
the weakest of the volumes. Is it volume 3?
Yeah,
It sounded the same in that one.
Yeah.
Sounded a bit like Rough Riders because he
Because he
coming
was
from the
who
Rough
make it,
Riders.
Yeah, but the Rough Rider sound was similar. Was all same, really.
If you're
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
use
Suzuki
Rough
doing
Riders
the
producer,
Mad
it's gonna sound like
Yeah.
theirs, and I think that's when you just want to use what the hottest is at that time, innit? But it was still individual because it was Jay-Z. We're still listening to that now. Do you get what I mean?
I hear that. I think that a lot of the guys back then, it was like, how can I put it? Say Timbaland dropped, what tune Timbaland dropped? Say Timbaland dropped a hot beat now.
Yeah.
Then people were like, yo, get me a Timbo beat. Boom. We get a Timbaland beat.
yeah.
And then they'd say, apart from a Timbaland beat, I want a Swizz Beats tune on there. Boom, get that. Then they want a Neptune's beat. Boom, get that. And the albums that people had would literally be Swizz, Tim, Neptune's, maybe what was his name? Can't remember his name, you know. Another hot producer. There's that around then. It's just like with R&B, it would have been like a Babyface record.
Yeah.
And you just hear it, certain people.
Do you know what
put
we're
us
talking
on
about
making a
here, though? We're
twist.
talking about when money started flowing in hip hop, early 2000s. This man's talking about right now. Probably in your 90s, yeah, you couldn't really buy expensive beats.
You couldn't.
So everybody had their own sound and own producer. But when money started flowing, you could say, yeah, you could hear a song and say, yo, I want that producer. That's when it started changing, you get me?
Yeah.
And that's when it started to all sound the same.
Back in the day, a lot of albums used to be like one artist, one producer.
Yeah,
Like Premier would.
Yeah.
Was it
Not anybody
Nas?
could get the
And
Premiere beats. Do you
Yeah,
get what I
yeah,
mean? That was
yeah.
Gangstar or
Yeah.
KRS-One or something. You get what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, but when the money started flowing in there, you can go to everybody. But that's how it kind of speeded up the producer's career. Like, it gave them a time limit.
Yeah.
You're not always gonna want a Timbaland beat in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because the money was running, you might as well eat now off it because not everybody, it's not going to last that long.
3 years time, you don't know if people are gonna want your music.
And that's how music's turned now.
It's mad, man.
So
But I just feel like a lot of the time we pick on the new school for doing a lot of the stuff that the old school been doing. You know what I mean?
I feel that
just because we don't like the sound now.
You know what? To be fair, yeah. I think some of the guys, there are a lot of guys that are good now. And they've had chance to grow. They've had chance to develop. And you can see the actual development they're doing. And they're doing their own thing, so I can't knock it.
Yeah.
And I feel that with the change, it was just the initial change that people weren't used to. Because realistically, would anyone would your typical rap music listener listen to a Triple X?
Nah. But see, that's another reason
but
why.
you see what I'm
when you
saying?
say typical, do you mean like an older listener?
Like an older listener, would
Yeah.
they listen to that? Nah. But having time to get used to it, I think it's just change. People don't like change. Nobody likes change. 'Cause
Especially
you're
not
used to it.
fast-paced change.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well.
And because it
moving so fast
changed
now.
like that, people can kind of be like, all right, cool, I'm kind of getting used to it. And I'm becoming more familiar. So now that people have Triple X on Lil Wayne's album, saying, oh, it's sick,
Yeah.
I still hold my standpoint, like, it's all right, it's not great.
Right.
Yeah.
But, oh, it's sick. No, it's because they're more familiar to that sound, they're more familiar to that person. They're more invested in that person, so they can say, yeah, cool, what you're doing's all right. But it's just change.
Me as a DJ, like having to get used to it, coming from the old school of hip hop, and thinking that the new school does sound repetitive. Yeah, for me, that's made me more connect with it. Is seeing what it does when you play it to people in a club environment. Do you get me? And listen, I can't listen to a whole album of X though. Do you get what I mean and stuff like that? But then 1 and 2. This is why I go back to saying I only download 1 and 2 songs.
Yeah.
But then 1 and 2 that I do know because of the people, like. That's what I'm into, like, but I'm not gonna go deep and go into his album and.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I hear that still, 100%.
So
You know what? You know what you just said about seeing how it like reacts to the club. You man would know. I won't know.
Yeah.
What was a hip hop club like back in the day?
sick,
Like
100% more
like
authentic
in
than
the
it is.
90s, like.
Yeah, man, you used
Were
to
you
go
man
to a
out in the
party,
90s,
yeah.
like
For instance,
2000s,
like
yeah.
I remember being like a teenager, yeah, and first time I heard Busta Rhymes Hoo Ha in a club. I think it was even a youth club, and it was so electric. Like it was the biggest thing ever. You appreciated it more. Now we hear a new song, it will buzz for about a couple of weeks and then it's gone. But when it was on vinyl, you used to see the DJ pull it out and put it on. Like it was more electric, blood, and like hip hop. It was more like rowdy and all that. You get me? And gal were doing all that. You get me?
Yeah.
Now it's more turn up and get drunk and mash up and take drugs. You get me?
Yes.
Then it was like authentic, like
It's about
proper
the music.
hype energy. Even though there's hype energy now, you know, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I think because it was a new thing. Hip hop was genuinely kind of a new thing back in the 90s, early 2000s. You get me?
I think early 2000s because it was mad because the way that kind of like for me when I was hearing it coming out, I remember the first time I went to Mezzanine Lick Party.
Yeah, the lick party, Trevor Nelson.
Yo, that went tough, you know. And it was like that was the first time I went out, so I'm like, yo, I'm like 15.
What,
like,
give me some songs. What songs were out when I was time?
This is way back, you know.
When I was going out, Lollipop.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Right, that seems like the other
That
day.
just seems like the other day, innit?
Seems like old school to me,
I
bro.
was 16 in the club with my shirt and
Yeah,
tie. Thinking,
yeah.
Bouncer
man.
can't tell me waiting this.
I was, yo, as I've said before, man.
I'm waiting to hear what songs he's gonna say.
I was
You know,
like,
what
I was
area he's on.
15.
Yeah.
Is the Lick Party is the first time we come to Wolves.
James
and
Brown.
What tunes? Second.
James Brown.
Nah, I'm sorry.
Yo, this man's a joker, you know. Fully a joker. So basically, what year was that? 2000. Well, what year was
2001
it?
or something.
2001. So you had your Rough Riders.
Yeah, Stop, Drop.
You had
them songs. That era there.
you had what else was out then?
Early 2000s. Early 2000s.
You had your Jay-Z.
Yeah, drop Dead Off Your Shoulder and that. Or even before
Nah,
that.
before that.
Yeah,
for sure,
that was
that's
like
2004.
2004.
Yeah, that was before
Okay,
that.
you're talking like 2000?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. What was
He's
that then?
talking like, what days are you
DMX
talking?
Party Up. Could have still
Yeah.
play that now, you know.
Yeah, because the album came around that time
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, isn't it?
what tunes?
Must have been pure gyro.
I remember. So I tell you the tune that bust up the place.
Yeah.
Was DMX. What's it called?
The one with Cisco.
No. Not what is it? What's my name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
DMX, and I'll be
That
that
tune.
one there. Yeah.
Bust.
That tune.
The
Lord,
thing.
that tune was hard when it
That
came out, you know.
tune.
No, it's
when
a
it
big tune.
started.
Nah,
This is
yo,
a game. This is a game.
yo.
Yo.
When you hear the key, the piano,
yeah.
yo, man just heard this part, you know,
Yeah.
it was going up.
Rowdy stuff, bro.
This part, it was going.
I can't even
just
imagine
at
this in the club, you know.
Nah, trust me.
Energy.
Nah, blood.
Hard energy. You
Nah,
see all that trap and all that
honestly.
now. This is where the energy
Yes.
come from, you know.
Yeah.
That angry rap.
Yo, I'm not joking. Yeah, this bust up the thing, blood. Yo.
Yeah, this was the days, bro.
Nah, this tune, yeah.
The days, man.
This was the standout tune of the night, you know.
Yeah.
For me.
I really
For
can't
me,
picture this song
me
in the club.
personally, I listen to DMX every day, and this tune bust it off.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, and I was like,
I remember
yo,
the video for this and all that.
I was
6
like,
days, bro.
yo, that went off,
Days, man.
and that's
Energy.
when hip hop. It wasn't. Don't get me wrong, you'd have your beef everywhere, but
Yeah.
it was a vibe, man. Mad vibe.
I think it changed when the Dirty South got big. And it went, the tempos went slower, the rapping went more simple.
I'm kind of vexed actually, you know.
What, like you missed all them days?
Yeah.
Oh, you
'Cause
missed-
I knew I missed it anyway, but like when I was in the club, it was pure like.
Oh man, I hated these days, you know.
But it was more like
As an old school head, I didn't.
It was.
I was angry at hip hop these days, you know. I was angry at hip hop these days, man. But I also enjoying it a bit. You get me?
These songs, yeah, I'm like,
Stupid.
yo, how are these man rapping like this? It's whack. And then I was like,
Yeah, man, you was vexed, but you was kind of like
Hey, you
it.
didn't hold on.
Oh, that snap business.
Yo.
Nah, that ain't for me, man.
nah, man.
What I'm
them
saying is
days.
like when I was going out, there was no angry hip hop in the club. All the hip hop was nice hip hop, like this and. You know
Nah,
what I
but
mean?
you did have nice hip hop back in the day as
Yeah.
well. You get me, had mellow tunes, man. Tribe Called Quest and all them kind of.
I know that, but I'm saying in the club though.
the club.
You was hearing the angry hip
So I
hop
tell you,
tunes
the
in the
person that
club.
changed it, even then, the person that changed it was Soulja Boy.
Soulja
Soulja
Boy,
Boy
simplified hip hop, blood.
Soulja Boy switched up the thing, made it so much more simple,
Yeah.
and the fact is he had success with it.
All them ringtone
The
days and that.
ringtone
innit?
days,
yeah,
and
man, I
everyone
remember,
was just like,
remember.
literally, I sat there and said, yo, this tune's whack. Why is everyone like
It's
this
horrible,
tune?
but then you play it in the club. You see
then
everybody
it's
doing the
almost-
whoa.
yeah.
It's the biggest song for the night.
And I'm like, what
It's got
is going
everybody
on?
involved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then the
give
dance,
it
yeah.
respect
Why is that
still.
happening? Honestly, I was thinking, yo, his lyrics are terrible. So why is everyone? But I'm like, this is terrible. Everyone's dancing, singing to the tune. I'm like, yo,
Once that happened, and the record labels thought this is where the money is, changed hip hop, man. So all them lyricists had to go and sit down
Yeah.
and be bitter.
yeah,
Bitter. They're all right now, some of them, because you have to like it now. There's nothing else. But they was bitter at them times, man. All them old heads like the Wu-Tang, man, and the hate. I used to see interviews, the diss and the young. You get me?
See, like, I know it's not the same before you say anything,
Yeah.
but I was chatting to my brother last night, and he said, "Oh, I'm just glad that I got the Rick Ross era in the club."
yeah.
Wow.
Because the Rick Ross, the Lex Luger beat, the Rick Ross, like I just wish that it got a bit grimier before, because everyone's dancing again now, innit? So I'm glad I got that little bounce around.
Yeah. I like them
You know what I
days
mean?
as well.
Yeah,
Still.
man.
'Cause it
How
came-
old,
it
how old
came
is
back
that
a
now?
bit.
It's like about 4 or 5 years.
2010, yeah, 2009, 10. I think
Them
on
days,
Big
man.
Beach.
Boss.
Yeah.
I was on that boss talk,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
All
Definitely.
that,
I
yeah,
grew
that-
the beard. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did have that energy still.
Yeah.
Like, he had that old school feel about him. Innit?
Yeah,
You know what you mean still.
That's what it was, man.
And when Meat Mill first come
Yeah.
with the I'm a Boss song and all
Yeah.
that, you get me? Them days there was
That, yeah,
good
I'm a
still.
boss. Yeah,
Energy,
that was energy,
still.
energy. And I
But
just,
it's mad how that's regarded as old school now. Is that how fast it moves? Isn't that?
You know, I wouldn't call it old school, but yeah,
It is old school
Yeah,
to some of these
yeah,
young
it
ones
is.
now.
People call it old school. Even like Take Care. Not a lot of some people that I speak to, they haven't heard it.
And there's some
Like,
big songs on the album.
Yeah, like oh, this old Drake. I'm like, old Drake? Like, this is Drake,
Old
innit?
Drake.
Drake ain't really been around long enough to have
Shows you
old Drake.
that music doesn't last that long anymore. It's
Goes
mad.
so quick, man. I think that because there's so much music coming out, and
Yeah.
I've said this loads of times, because so much is coming out so fast, people don't get time to really just even take it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get time, man.
That's why I'd always love to play like pick old songs to play as well that people that haven't heard in time or you haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what's this? Come out 10 years ago? Get what I mean?
All right, then. So the 90's club, yeah.
90's club.
Well, I know like 90's fashion was alright, innit?
Yeah, man. Like from the early days of the 90's, like from 93, was more like bashment dancehall dressing sense.
Yes.
Bullet
Yeah.
hole jeans and string vests and all that.
Yo, what happened in the 2000s? Have you looked back at old pictures
You know
from the
what?
Yeah,
2000s?
the baggy,
Yo,
the baggy stuff.
It's embarrassing, man. The fashion back in the 2000s, it went really, really bad.
Now, but the thing is, you know what?
It went really bad.
You got to understand that we've been through like the baggy jeans era.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to when I said before I went to a club in New York, my cousin. There, white tee. Some man came in shorts and flip flops. You get me? Because it's in the hood.
Yeah.
And I went there, white tee, big jeans, Tims. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you come back to England, and it's like, yo, you ain't getting in without shoes and a shirt. Now, that was all right because once you're in the shoes and the shirt, everyone knows what time it is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, now, if I went anywhere and I see a man in trainers, I look at the, I look at the foot, and I look at them. I think, what are you wearing? The only person who can wear trainers up in here is the DJ.
Yo, that's the thing I love about being the DJ, though.
That is
After dress up, like, they're letting me in, blood.
That's it.
Hoodie. I've had man, like, start rearing up at the door. Oh, come, it's allowed in. He's a DJ. So what? Well, what can I do, man? I got my hoodie on, yes.
Yeah.
I'm coming in, man.
That's the only person, man. Honestly, because
That's a little blessing still.
it's mad the way that I see man just rolling into some places tracksuit and I'm like, fam, I know you ain't wash your kin from evening.
Yeah, that's
you know?
deep as well.
You get me?
That's a good thing about dress code, man. Because some men are coming in the day clothes.
Yeah.
Because like,
Smelling damp and that in the
Yeah.
rain. It's horrible.
I
It's
always
horrible.
thought having a shower before the rave was normal.
Yeah.
I know when like,
That's some
Nah, man.
people
and
don't,
the
you know.
ends, yo,
Bro.
yo, let's just go outside.
Innit?
So yeah, back in a second, it like,
I feel bad for them, you know, when man will come up to me and talk to me and that, and I can just smell you, like, you just smell damp and that, like. I was thinking, you ain't washed all day of
no,
it.
yeah, you
And
smell like afternoon
re-sweated
time,
now.
yeah.
You re-sweated on the...
No,
You
sir.
re-sweated.
smelling like 2
can't.
p.m.
Wow.
2 p.m.
I was thinking, you're talking to women and all that, and
That's what I'm saying.
And the breath thing
The
as well. You have to get on that, man.
Yeah, the breath.
Be conscious, man. Like if you smoke, even if you don't smoke, if you ain't brush your teeth all day, walk with the chewing gum.
Yo.
And I brush my teeth regular and I still have it. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think girls like that though, you know.
They're like, what?
Like
Bad breath.
frowns in man, them like some of the men that you see girl with, like I'm sure they must be into it.
Yeah, man. All that weed breath and that, like, yo.
Yo.
Man said the girls like it, you know.
Fam,
Hot breath. Have you
The
ever had
breath
hot
is
breath?
warming out in the
Hot
grill.
breath, the worst, fam.
you know that guy, the first guy that when I said frowns in man, the first guy that came to your head, yeah. You seen him with again, innit?
I said the first man who came to your head, you know. I was thinking about a DJ, so I'm not even going to say no. That just last weekend, man, they come up to me, you smelled damp and your breath was kicking. I was thinking, right, I feel sorry for you.
Went home with a girl doing it.
Probably, like, I don't know.
Nah, but the thing is, you see them man, they don't take no for an answer, you know.
Oh, man.
They don't take no, you know.
That sounds
2018,
rapish
you know.
already, though, man. That sounds
Cosby just
rapish.
like-
Yo,
Yeah.
them man, yeah, I see them harassing girl.
They
and
talk
I'm
them
like-
into their knickers, innit? Talk them out of their knickers.
I'm
Like,
like, just stop, man. She said no 10 times. And the man just like, nah. Putting in graft. And I'm like, yo, just chill,
I
man.
ain't up for rejection like that, you know, so I probably just won't say anything. You get
Honestly,
me?
it's mad.
If I get the first little bit of rejection, I'm cool. Nah, I'm out. But you're not going to do it a couple times to me and that. Like, some man don't get the message, man. I see man doing it all the time in clubs and girls are just not on
Some
them.
of them, you see
don't
them,
get the picture.
the girls looking at their friend.
Yeah.
Thinking, help me.
Right,
help me,
laughing
help
or
me.
something, and they just don't care.
They don't care.
You know, when a girl comes up to you, just pretend you're my boyfriend. I'm like,
All of that.
just tell him no, man.
I get
Don't
that
get me
a lot,
involved. Wouldn't beat me up now, no, yo.
Oh, that's 100 on that one, you know. Trust me, man. Girls are saying it a lot, man. What's that saying about man, though? Girls keep coming up to you saying,
Exactly.
I just told him that you're my boyfriend, don't worry about it. Yeah? Don't put me in no situation.
Trust
You
me.
got him there looking at me like,
Yeah.
I said, yo, he didn't have a shower before the rain, man. I ain't beating him. Yo, he don't care.
you didn't have a shower.
I'm in a shirt.
Yo, that is mad. That is mad.
Hygiene.